From Charlemagne the God exposing Diddy's freaky-ass videos to Soulja Boy lying about his endorsement deals, these are times rappers got exposed by interviewers. Starting with Big Boogie getting exposed for telling the biggest lie ever heard. Louisiana-born Memphis-raised rapper Big Boogie has been blowing up with Yo Gotti's collective music group, the same label that's been dropping some of Memphis's best rappers. During an interview on Bootleg Kev's podcast, Big Boogie made some wild claims. But first, he talked to Kev about what he was doing before he found rap.
But you were in the band?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was the head captain though.
Oh, so you were like the leader.
I was the one that was winning all the battle of the bands and, you feel what I'm saying?
So you were musical already?
Yeah.
Then the big moment came when he talked about some wild scholarship he was offered at a college in Jacksonville, Florida for being such a good drummer.
So you had an opportunity to do the drumming thing?
Yeah, scholarship and everything.
Where at?
I think it was like in Jacksonville. Yeah, a big band in Jacksonville. It was a big college though. And they offered me like 15, some shit like 10 million or something like that.
They offered you $5 million to play the drum?
Yeah.
Are you sure they offered you $5 million to play
I turned it down.
You could tell Big Boogie was capping for real. Especially when he said the school wanted him to study for like a whole decade. Come on, bro. If that was real, it would have been all over the news because nobody out there getting scholarships like that. And it ain't just me saying it. Even Tusi pulled up on Bootleg Kev's podcast and clowned Boogie for that wild lie.
You know?
Nah, I won't lie. I'm going to tell Boogie though.
Yeah, let him know.
Boogie cap. Yeah, cap. I got this shit.
I tried to tell him without telling him. I'm like,
Boogie,
show me
you
the
got
paper.
5 million, boy, yo. It's dumb. You start rapping this shit.
Yeah, like Drumline had to have been about you, bro.
Yeah, that had to be about him.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon won't even get.
Since everybody was calling him out for capping, Big Boogie had to spin the block and pull up on Bootleg Kev's podcast again, this time to finally tell the truth.
It's safe to say you just got offered to go play drums for a school.
Yeah.
Not millions of dollars.
Yeah, not millions of dollars.
And speaking of millions of dollars, cloud-chasing rapper Lil Kelpy once got exposed on the No Jumper podcast for faking like he was a pimp and acting like he had emotion in the streets.
But you lied your way on through there.
How did I lie my way on through?
You lied the entire time.
How so?
It was really for your SoundCloud, Lil Kelpy.
It was promotion for that on the side, but I was trying to get my story out
side?
there. Yeah, I was trying to get my story out
You don't
there.
really have a story. You're 19.
I still got a story.
It all started in September 2022 when Lil Kelpy, a Californian rapper, did an interview where he showed up with 2 women, posing as a pimp.
This game is not something that changes as the times go on. Seems to be what people think, but it's something that needs to stay traditional, because that's the way it's always worked. It's the world's oldest profession.
Plenty of folks had a problem with Kelpy after that interview because not only was he dressed like an African-American pimp out of the 80s, but also acting like one too, which had people calling him this culture vulture. One of the loudest critics had to be Sharp from No Jumper, a real deal pimp who's actually been in the game. So about a month after Lil Kelpy started catching heat online, Sharp sat down for this interview with him and things got real heated. Starting with Sharp clowning Kelpy for that zesty outfit.
You gotta take that jacket off, bro.
Oh, no, I don't
You got to take that off. No, so what? Take that shit off, homie. That's a fraud, though. But you're not gonna wear that,
It's rabbit. It's
bro.
not fraud.
If you want to do this, no, I'm not talking about that. But you got to take that off, though, bro.
We'll see if you get
before
to
we
put it
can
back
talk.
on
Yeah, if you
before
can
this
put it
shit
back
over.
on or what it is,
that shit
take it off, bro.
While Kelpy stood on business by not taking the jacket off, Sharp pressed him further, exposing him for having no bitches and being a fake pimp.
Where the is?
Oh, my is out doing
You were
the
supposed to
thing.
bring him. No,
They're
that.
out
You
doing
even
the
said
thing.
you was gonna bring him.
I
That
said I was gonna
wiry
bring
hair,
them till I
little
thought I
raggedy
would get
man
money
that
out
you
of it.
had.
Nah, they're doing their thing right now.
Doing their thing right
Yeah.
now.
You was scared.
You was scared,
No,
bro.
I'm scared to bring them.
You
Like,
was
I brought them
scared
to
to
the
bring
last
them.
interview.
You was scared to the
I
last.
people
That's
to
Mark.
interview.
You brought him to Mark.
Kelpy tried to deny it all, but the moment he exposed the fact that his mom was the one who drove him to the No Jumper studio, Sharp completely lost it and tore into him even harder.
That's how you plan, though. Like, oh, I just wanted to bond with my mom. No, that was your only ride up here. You got no business, you got no money, you got no game. You probably spent your last $75 at Burlington buying that bullshit.
After an hour of ripping into Lil Kelpy and exposing him as a fraud, Sharp had reached his limit. Tired of hearing Kelpy's endless lies, he decided to make a bold move and shut things down in his own way.
You
no
plan.
drugs.
I don't even respect it. I don't accept it. You need to get the f up out of our building. And that's how I call it. I don't respect it. Get your bum ass on.
Is that an invitation to leave for real?
Huh?
Is that an invitation to leave
That's
for
an
real?
invitation for you to get the f up.
Peace out.
Kelpy walking out of that interview looking like a straight up scrub. But that's the same way the Island Boys looked after getting exposed for being some weird ass dudes. During this interview with Danza and LaMike on the Danza Project, the Island Boys said that they didn't care what people had to say about them. But that's when Danza, the owner of the podcast, called them out for all that weird stuff they were doing online, like kissing each other. And that's when things got crazy.
But you say what they gotta say. Yeah. That's what you say. Right? But at the end of the day, let's keep it 100 because we got both of y'all here too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's going on with the that's with you two kissing each other and
Bro, shut your up or I break this
Hey, yo, that I would love to see you try that.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I would love to see you try that. Who the f you standing up in front of
The Island Boys are trying to move past this situation, but LaMike kept pressing them and exposing the fact that they did kiss despite being twin brothers.
They say y'all did?
Yo, bro.
Y'all liked it?
Probably not musty.
All right, bro. Y'all gonna kiss it out? Or like, what's good?
Shut your ass.
My security will whoop your security and I'll beat the shit out of you right now.
That's cap.
Whoa.
Back up.
What you gonna do about it?
Whoa. You see how I did move?
Look,
I didn't move.
let's talk real life.
I didn't move. I didn't move. Go sit down, bro. Sit down, bro. I'm not gonna get touched in this bitch.
It was all talk, and nobody ended up throwing hands, but let's talk about that time a rapper actually threw hands, after getting exposed by an interviewer who used to be his homie. The interviewer we're talking about is Coco Show, host of Trapland TV, and during this episode he had his old homie here, young Badu, as a guest. But things got heated real quick once they started talking about why they fell out.
Number one, he's a clout chaser. He's a clout chaser. He's a clout chaser. He posted that video, and that's why he's sitting here right now, because he wanted my clout. These is weird. And then he's sitting there with the Bible talking about he ain't know who I was. This is a weirdo. These niggas from out east is weirdo.
They were having this regular back and forth, but after Coco Show started talking all crazy about Vadu's cousin in jail, Badu had to just shut him up fast.
And suck on my soul. Hey, yo, listen, y'all. I've been doing for 4 years, y'all. I've been talking to everybody who has ever put a hand. No.
The clip goes viral. A few weeks later, Badu goes on IG Live where he's explaining why he decided to go for the ultimate KO and exposed Coco Show for being the real clout chaser.
What type of is you that I posted the video and for Trapland to pay you $100, you even try to line me up or nothing? But when we on the interview and for $100, we agreed on not to fight. That 100, bro. This is not a real bag.
Wait, Coco, they paid you $100 to come up. I'm gonna ask Coco about that.
Really, $100 for me to disrespect you, and you're gonna sit next to me and think we about to really put on like a show? If I was Coco,
all right, so that's facts with Coco, because we want to get to the facts. So that's facts what Coco said. You were talking first in that podcast, Tim.
I was talking the whole day. We pulled up to his crib to fight.
Yeah, Mr. Coco Show was out there playing dudes just so he could roast them. That's wild. But even wilder is Charlemagne the God putting Diddy on blast by exposing one of his freaky videos right in front of him. Back in 2018, during Diddy's appearance on The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God called him out for sounding real sus during this other interview on Drink Champs with Fabulous and Jadakiss, where Diddy said this.
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
No, I got
I like that.
You know, I've been practicing. I got
there you go. Got your notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go with that one.
Make a wish.
That one.
Just blow it out.
That was definitely some freaky shit, and that clip went viral. But when Charlemagne called Diddy out for it, Diddy tried acting like he ain't never seen the clip.
They made a compilation video of you because they said you were sounding real suspect on the interview.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Of course, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I swear to God.
Come on, man. You saw that on World Star and on the gram.
Check this out.
Charlemagne went ahead to play the clip for Diddy. And Diddy tried to talk his way out of that situation, saying he wasn't gay. But just from how he was talking, you could tell he was a little nervous.
You don't go back and look at that stuff and laugh?
I mean, it could be funny. I don't really be on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't play games. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I don't play games.
Charlemagne now asked Diddy why he had asked rapper Fabulous about not wanting to party with him, and then brought up another time he said the same thing with 50 Cent. Because just a week earlier, 50 was on The Breakfast Club talking about a sus conversation he once had with Diddy too.
Says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous, and he goes, "Yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party." What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
In response to Charlemagne and the allegations of always sounding fruity, Diddy said,
"Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes." What? I'm a nice guy. He loves me.
Do y'all really
can't
have
see
a
it?
beef?
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't see it.
Y'all can't see that he loves me?
But see,
you really, hold on, you really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves me.
I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, that sounded even more sus. But just like Diddy, Birdman got exposed by this interviewer, who called him out for kissing Lil Wayne multiple times. Just like we see in this photo, and like we've seen on live TV. But it was Birdman's response that really got people talking.
Like, a while back, there was a situation where you and Wayne had like a kiss thing going on.
Facts.
So like they wanted to know like what the deal was with that. And my thing is like, was that like some mafia shit?
Wait, first of all, my own born son,
yes,
I wouldn't kiss him.
Right.
I know you got a child, you probably kiss him. You probably got a son, and you kiss him.
Yeah.
You heard me? I always looked at Wayne as my son, and I always looked at it like, because I was in the streets, and I thought this might be the last time they ever see me.
Damn.
Because I was living like that.
Right.
So I was like, that's what it really started from, because I thought that every night I leave, I might not never come back.
And on The Breakfast Club, OG rapper Trick Daddy also made some comments exposing the fact that Birdman may have a little more pride than we know.
No, I don't. I've done business with Birdman. Some are good and some is bad. I just think when you're trying to be a CEO and you try to be a rapper and you try to be a ladies' man and you try to be a girlfriend and you trying to be
a girlfriend.
A Crip and a Blood.
You trying to be a girlfriend?
Why you call him a girlfriend?
I don't know. That's what they said.
Oh, you mean like a
I'm like DJ Khaled. I got it from the streets.
And then Ricky Ross pulls up to the club to talk about issues with the Birdman and all the controversies around how he be treating Lil Wayne.
What's your relationship with Birdman?
I don't have one with Birdman. You know what I'm saying? If you read the Source magazine, you will see that, right now, and really me just seeing what Wayne going through as an artist, him being a boss, me idolizing Birdman at a time, me looking up to Lil Wayne, Wayne being the first artist to make so many feats, not just as an artist, but an artist coming from the South. That's something that I took personal. So for me to see the way things are transpiring, I can't respect that, and I don't respect that.
That's real.
But speaking of the Breakfast Club, let's talk about the time Soulja was there and got exposed for a bunch of stuff he'd been capping about. Starting with the claim that he had the biggest comeback of 2018.
Comeback, you got to say comeback from what? Because you were introduced as a musical artist. So a comeback would be another monster hit in 2018. That's why they say Tyga had the biggest comeback, because he came back with a big record.
Okay, Tyga had a record, but what else did he have? Like, okay.
Number one record. Charlemagne made Soulja realize Tyga actually held that title. But Soulja wasn't ready to be humbled like that.
Have the biggest comeback of 2018. In order to have the biggest comeback, you got to come back with a massive hit. Because you're a musical artist.
After that, Charlemagne called out Soulja Boy over this tweet, where he claimed he had just signed a $400 million endorsement deal, and even said he deserved $2 or $3 billion. Now, if that were true, it would have been one of the biggest deals in history. But just like everyone else, Charlemagne knew it was all cap, so he pressed Soulja about it.
Announced you had a $400 million deal with the World Poker Fund.
That was fact. What is what?
You said it was an $80 million a year contract for 5 years for in-flight gaming.
Nigga, Google it. I still got the contract right now. What are you talking about?
The company said it turned out that it was just shares that were valued at $2.5 million.
Same thing. Well, millions is millions, bound baby.
No, Soulja. Millions is not millions. You can't say 400 million and the stock is only 2.5. It's a big difference.
Like Charlemagne just points out, the 400 million was forward-thinking valuation for the company. The company's market cap was sitting at 51.8 million, so there's no way they could have signed Soulja to a $400 million deal. Pretty much making it clear that Soulja probably just wanted to flex on his ops, and of course, after getting exposed, he admitted Charlemagne was right.
Come on, man. Money is money, Char.
So that was a real deal. It just wasn't.
That was real, Charlotte.
It wasn't
It
the
just wasn't
initial
the
number
amount.
you said.
Yeah, but it was real though.
But when it came to DJ Akademiks, Soulja goes toe-to-toe with him. And things get heated because they already had a history. It all goes down way back in 2019 during this interview on Complex, hosted by DJ Akademiks, Nadeska, and Wayno, with Soulja Boy as a guest.
Why you think Akademiks sitting in here right now? I'm the reason Akademiks sitting in here. Bro, when I was beefing with Chris Brown and Migos, this had 20, 30 videos on me in 1 day, 2 days.
From the start, Soulja's pressing AK, but he probably didn't expect AK to come through with all the receipts to expose his lies. Starting off with proof from Soulja's alleged landlord, claiming he was late on rent and didn't even own that $4.1 million Malibu house.
Okay, show it to me, because I'll call him right now and check his ass. My shit paid off. I don't owe no 2 months, nothing.
He said, when should I expect the money by? He said, ignore me ain't gonna help. He said, hold up, I'm finna call you. That's what you said.
Let me see
So you
this.
say you screenshots of their
Let me see
conversation?
this.
Screenshots.
Hold up, I'm finna.
Screenshots.
Let me see. That's fake.
It's a fake?
Yeah, that's Photoshop. That's fake. On my mama, that's fake. On my heart, in my life, my little brother grave, I could die right now. That's fake.
So you don't know this right here? This one.
Nope, I do not know him.
You know him?
Nope, I do not know him.
Next up, Akademiks exposes Soulja for the shady video game console he put out.
Black community, it's not a scam. Every game on here is licensed. It's 800 pre-installed games, they're licensed.
It's not a real console, it's an emulator, my guy.
Yes, and the emulators are licensed from that company.
No, but isn't that you fooling the public saying it's a console?
Fool. It is a console. It's the same thing.
You're
what do you do when you
emulating a console?
No, you're not. You're emulating different games from consoles. This right here has games from PlayStation, Game Boy, Sega Genesis. It's not emulating one console. It's one console that can play a whole bunch of different console games.
Can I play Fortnite on this?
Yes, we're working on it. We're working on it. Not this one.
All right,
on the next one you can.
Being that we're talking about games.
In reality, Soulja hadn't actually created anything. And all that talk about dropping new designs, that was BS. Soulja was drop shipping those consoles from China. Good luck now. And that's why it took so long before reaching buyers. I mean, the products didn't even have his name on them. But of course, Soulja wasn't backing down, so he started flexing on Akademiks.
I've been getting this money, bro, for the last... You see me? I've been getting this money. You crazy.
Finally, before closing out that interview, Akademiks put Soulja on blast for his wild claim that he taught Drake everything he knows. Soulja says Drake jacked his flow from his 2006 track What's Happening for Drake's 2010 single Miss Me. The only catch, Soulja had already swiped that flow from another rapper, Shawty Lo, whose 2005 hit I'm the Man was the real blueprint for Soulja's song. So, Soulja ran with that narrative until Akademiks exposed his lies.
Taught Drake everything he know.
How? They said the he took from you took from Shawty Lo. He took a line from you and you took the same line from another nigga.
I taught Drake everything
Okay, what'd you teach him?
Yeah, he just stole my whole flow in a song that was a Billboard hit.
But unlike Akademiks, who exposed Soulja to his face, Adam22 exposed his former homie Lil House Phone for sleeping with the lady boy behind his back. If you didn't know, Lil House Phone was one of the OG hosts of No Jumper, but after falling out with Adam, he ended up leaving. And then in 2023, Adam had an episode with the trans OnlyFans creator Gracie Jean, where she hinted at hooking up with House Phone.
Because you're being a bad friend to me by acting weird and shady, acting like you didn't do some that you did do, and you know you did.
I've been friends with him for and I just don't want to be like
the truth
out,
is the truth.
Well,
no one cares.
No names were dropped, but everybody knew Gracie Jane was talking about House Phone. People started calling Adam out for even letting that clip stay in the video, especially if House Phone was really supposed to be his homie. Like if Adam just had the editors cut that part out, nobody would have ever known. But nah, Adam, who we all know will do anything for some clout, decided to expose House Phone. And after a few weeks later, House Phone pulled back up to No Jumper to confront Adam about it.
None of that matters, Adam, because at the end of the day, you had the power to either not release it or to make sure that you did the due diligence to edit it out all the way.
And that is a big part of why I feel like shit is because I wish that I rewatched it so I could have said, hey, you guys
and guess
fucked
what?
up.
And guess what? You could wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda, all that, but at the end of the day, it came the out, bro.
Adam tried pulling some mental gymnastics, acting like the victim and flipping the script. But House Phone wasn't having this. He presses Adam harder, bringing up how the whole thing messed up his relationship with his family.
My sister has nothing to do with any of this shit, bro.
I agree.
She had to call me because my other family members was worried that I was gonna commit suicide, Adam.
And when Adam tried flexing on House Phone's late mom, Well, House Phone had to run up and check him.
You actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're
I fucking
disrespectful as fuck.
I paid for the fucking
First of
funeral
all-
as soon
first
as
of
it
all-
happened, just because.
Pussy ass nigga. Look, pussy. Come on, bro. Not here, bro. Not here. Not here, bro. Come on. Not here, bro.
I mean, the whole situation was messy. But messy ain't exactly what you would call Adam doing a Boonk Gang by uploading an interview of him all messed up, drunk, and high on some shit. Boonk Gang's a prankster turned rapper turned man of God. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, Boonk blows up in 2017 by posting wild videos of himself committing petty crimes, like stealing food from restaurants and trashing property. All while yelling his catchphrase,
Boonk Gang, whole lot of gang shit.
Boonk Gang, whole lot of gang, I'm saying. You put that ATM, I'm saying. Whole lot of gang, I'm saying. I'm on that,
His antics, like stealing chicken from Popeyes and smashing milkshakes at a Chick-fil-A, got him millions of followers, but they also got him a lot of heat for promoting reckless behavior. Like he got booked for burglary at a Dunkin' Donuts in 2017 and again in 2018 for having assault weapons and drugs. Also, back in 2018, Boonk was scheduled to pull up for an interview with No Jumper with Adam 22. But when he showed up, he was so drunk he almost puked on Adam.
I sit over there with an interview.
I'm gonna be honest though, I don't really think we should be doing an interview because you're a little f***ed up, and I just don't think it. You probably shouldn't just be on camera like that. No. You could be on your social media like that.
Hell no. Listen, I'm Boonk Gang, right? So Boonk Gang is known for doing craziness, like illiterateness, like dumb.
Now, obviously, Adam didn't want to move forward with the interview, but Boonk Gang talked him into it, saying he was good. So Adam agreed. But the whole time was just Boonk, barely able to get a full sentence out.
I'm not deleted. I'm suspended.
For how long?
Listen, my people, do you know I'm in a label, right?
You were at a label, right?
No, I were. I was in a Lil Pump label.
Yeah, it was GG's at that point, and Adam had to politely tell his team to get him out of there.
Have you up? Shout out to the homie Boonk.
Oh my God, bro. Help me with this.
Okay. All right.
Your face straight, bro.
Did you? All right,
you good? You good?
Yep. Man asked me to take a picture.
Oh, yeah.
While Adam didn't really expose him for anything during that interview, it was the fact that he still dropped the footage that got people talking. Compared to the usual No Jumper interviews running over an hour, sometimes even 2. This one barely cracked 30 minutes. A lot of people felt Adam could have just let that slide off his YouTube, or at least cut the part out where Boonk was tripping like a dummy. Anyways, what's done is done. And now Boonk's a whole new man. But you know what? Some people never really change. Because Gunna, who was known on the streets for snitching, was caught on Crime Stoppers years ago, also snitching on a homie. And when Charlemagne tried exposing him for it, he blatantly denied everything. Let us break it down for you. In December of 22, Gunna pled guilty to racketeering in the YSL RICO case to secure his release after spending 7 months in jail. While in court, he admitted that YSL was both a music label and a gang, which some fans and rappers like Lil Durk and Lil Baby saw as cooperating with prosecutors, especially since Young Thug and others were still locked up at the time. Social media and hip-hop circles ran with the snitch narrative, pointing to a courtroom video where Gunna admitted to YSL's gang ties, which seemed to go against the defense's argument that YSL was just a music label. Then, a few months later in 2023, an old video from 2010 resurfaced, showing a young Gunna, around 17, on a local Atlanta Crime Stoppers segment. In the clip, he talks about a robbery incident and allegedly gives info on a suspect.
So that street word, snitch. No one's want to be labeled as a snitch. I don't want to tell on him because somebody might try to come kill me or someone in my family. Like the streets know, so everybody looking at it like it was wrong because this man would let my family member, you know what I'm saying, go down for something he did.
The details were murky, with no clear ID of the suspect or case outcome. but it only fueled the narrative that Gunna had always been a rat. Plus, even before he got caught up in the RICO case, Gunna had even denied ever being on Crime Stoppers when Charlemagne asked him about it in 2020 during a segment of The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me about this Crime Stopper video that everybody's circulating. They trying to use that against you. What was that about?
I don't know what that's about. I don't Crime Stopper well. I ain't never stopped a crime. Never.
So that's not even you on that video?
Yes, that's me, but that wasn't on no Crime Stopper. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because I wasn't in no case or nothing. So even like just saying like, oh, you snitched on who? I was never in no case. See what I'm saying? But you know, it be that go back to the internet shit. I don't really be feeding into it because motherfucker don't know.
In the same breath, he'd said he'd never been on Crime Stoppers, then turned around and admitted he was the one in that video. And that didn't really add up, especially since the show's headline with his face literally said Crime Stoppers. Another rapper that got exposed for being a rat is FBG Butter.
This a mouse trap.
Man, I don't know nothing about that shit. Shorty, my
Lil J told me you was a rat, bro.
On before you touch that, talk about this fucking fat on Tuga, you making me mad, brother. I love you, folks. I'm trying to show you love on camera, folks. I ain't gonna never flow you out, but shit right here, you flowing me out, folks.
Bro.
That's goofy shit. That's clown shit, J-Man.
Butter has had a huge reputation for being a snitch since one incident in May 2015 that involved Lil J and a bunch of other people. Word on the street is that Lil J, Butter, a girl named Roshinda, a dude known as Blood, and another girl roll out to Calumet City, a Chicago suburb, to grab some weed from Jay the Kid, a rapper and member of the 100s. However, things heated up fast, and they got into an argument. Lil J was only good with Jay the Kid's area because of a dude named Uncle Molly. But when Molly got locked up, people started seeing Jay as an easy target. So after arguing with Jay the Kid, Lil J called up a girl they knew, and the group went to a nearby apartment to pick up some guns. Then they drive back to confront Jay the Kid, likely planning to murk him. And when they spotted Jay the Kid, Blood gets out of the car and fires shots down a gangway, hitting Jay the Kid 5 times. The Kid fires back in self-defense, hitting Blood several times as well. After the shootout, the two girls reportedly got out of the car and let off shots before handing their guns to Lil J and Butter, who would then drive the women back to the apartment where they'd gotten the weapons. But instead of staying low, they all go back to the scene of the crime where they get arrested. Police later arrested the woman who provided the guns after spotting her leaving the apartment with a bag of firearms, which included the ones used in the shooting. Jay the Kid survived despite being in critical condition, but Blood didn't make it. Butter was arrested on attempted murder charges, but his release happened unusually fast. There were rumors that he snitched on the rest of the group, including Lil J and the others, even though they were also freed. Now that was one time. This other time, Butter gets called a rat for this alleged statement about 2 Chicago teenagers, D. Rose and Troy, being involved in the murder of a kid named Dale Fisher. Butter would also claim that an O-Block member, Boss Top, was the getaway driver in the drive-by that killed his sister, Kai, while Vaughn was the one who pulled the trigger. He even said that Boss Top called him afterward to taunt him about Kai's death. These statements reportedly played a key role in bolstering the RICO case against 6 O-Block gang members. And now, he's about to get active with J-Mane for trolling him about being a rat.
It's a lot.
Come on, J-Mane,
bro.
Folks. Come on, G. Come on, folks. Now that's too far, J-Mane. We gonna start with this too far, J-Mane, folks. What the That's too far, folks.
FBG Butter lost it and walked out of that interview after being trolled with a block of cheese. And honestly, that's wild, considering he was getting clowned over a reputation he pretty much built for himself. But unlike Butter, Jersey rapper Skinny from the 9 almost threw hands and even smoked an interviewer who kept exposing him for being a snitch.
Cheese is normal.
No.
Hey!
Security.
Chill.
This interview with Craft Culture started off weird. One of the interviewers hands Skinny a block of cheese, since 9 had a reputation for being a rat.
I think we have some snacks for him. You want to bring on some snacks for Skinny from the 9? There you go.
What's this?
That's for you. You know, just in case you get hungry throughout the interview.
YBN Almighty J has alleged in the past that Skinny from the 9 ratted him out on some issues to the cops, and ever since then, Skinny's been trolled everywhere he goes for being a rat. Even this one time where Skinny gets so upset he punches a fan who was trolling him. But apart from trolling him, that interviewer had other plans, like questioning Skinny's sexual orientation.
So do your parents know that you're gay?
What?
Do your parents know that you're gay?
I'm not gay, goofy white boy.
Is there anything wrong with being gay?
I'm not gay.
At this point, Mr. From the 9 wasn't getting the memo that this wasn't a real interview, so things started pissing him off as he sent warning shots to that interviewer.
So like, don't you think
you keep trying to be funny?
Can I answer?
Stop. I'm not gonna tell you again, blood. Stop playing with me, bro. Real shit. Stop playing with me.
All right.
The kiki ha ha ha, that shit is goofy as hell. I've been in this place. I showed you nothing but respect to you and your staff. Real shit. And you keep trying to be funny.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of you, dead ass.
All right.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
No.
But after dealing with all that BS for more than 15 minutes, Skinny just loses it when the interviewer calls his music shit and some dude in a rat costume pulls up.
What's going on? What y'all niggas on?
I don't even know why he's here. He was supposed to be security.
While security dragged him out, a burner falls out of his hoodie. And thankfully, security stepped in on time, and nobody got hurt. And on the lighter side of things, here's Charlemagne trying to expose Tory Lanez's bald spot.
Talk about
See,
it.
you
got the input?
Yeah, no. What I did was I had to get it like on my side, on the edges. My hair was never that fucked up. I just once my edges started going crazy.
Shit, Tory.
I swear to God.
Your hairline was trash like mine.
Look at my old
Okay.
My everything in the hair was straight. Just my sides and my edges was getting crazy. It was getting ridiculous. So I was like, yo, I gotta fix it.
It was all jokes, but when the cameraman actually tried zooming in, Tory lashed out on him. In a funny way, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with Tory. What about this part, though?
I'm my own growth.
Nick, come here, get the camera,
good.
Nick.
Hey, yo, Nick, if you come over here, Nick, go over there before I beat your ass. Some real shit about to try to play me in this motherfucker. Try to play me in this motherfucker, man. You crazy. You gonna get Nick up over here. I'm about to beat ass.
If you made it this far, thanks. And if you have the time, check out these other ones shown on your screen right now. Oh, you click on it, and we'll see you there.